Have you ever, like, tried to run an HDMI cable just a little too far? You get that flickering screen, the digital snow?
Oh, yeah, it's the worst.
Right. Now imagine trying to stretch that fragile signal across, like, two entire football fields.
That is a seriously long way.
It really is.
Ah,
So today we are doing a deep dive into a product page for a single wire. It is the Celerity UFO-CABLE-600P. It's an HDMI extension cable that's 600 feet long, and, well, it costs nearly $600.
which sounds kind of crazy for a cable, right?
Exactly. So why does a single cable cost so much, and what makes this kind of extreme technology even necessary? Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, to understand that price tag, you first have to look at what happens when you push a signal through traditional copper over long distances.
It degrades. Right.
Standard copper cables suffer from major signal degradation and EMI. That is electromagnetic interference.
Okay, got it.
When you stretch copper that far, it basically acts like a giant antenna. It picks up magnetic fields from like nearby power lines or appliances, and that completely scrambles your data.
Oh, so it's like trying to accurately shout a complex message across a giant canyon. The wind and the distance just distort everything.
That is a perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
But this Celerity cable, it doesn't use electrical currents. It uses fiber optics to transmit light.
Oh, right. So instead of shouting across a canyon, it's like sending that message with a perfectly focused laser pointer.
Exactly. And because the signal is made of light rather than electricity, it's physically immune to those magnetic fields from surrounding power cables. The interference just passes right through it.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, that is how it pushes up to 18 gigabits per second of data. You get full 4K resolution at 60 hertz over 600 feet without a single drop in signal.
But wait, sending light through glass sounds incredibly fragile. I mean, if I bend a regular piece of glass in my wall, it just snaps.
Right, you'd think it would be super delicate.
Plus, running 600 feet of optical cable through tight conduits and ceilings, that sounds like an absolute nightmare for the installer. How does this thing survive the installation process?
So that is where the physical design comes in. Celerity uses what they call UFO technology. That stands for Universal Fiber Optic.
Okay, UFO, catchy name.
Yeah, they like their acronyms. The actual HDMI connectors on the ends are detachable. That makes the cable itself incredibly slim, so you can easily pull it through those tight spaces.
Oh, that makes sense.
And it's bidirectional, so installers don't have to worry about, which end goes to the TV and which goes to the video source.
Wait, hold on. If those detachable ends are essentially precision optical lenses, wouldn't a single speck of drywall dust picked up inside a wall completely ruin the whole 4K signal?
Oh, it absolutely would. Which is why Celerity includes these rubber UFO protective caps. They keep out dust and debris while you're dragging it through the drywall.
Ah, smart.
Yeah, and then when you're finally ready to plug it in, they use locking UFO couplers. That guarantees perfect, secure optical alignment for the life of the connection.
Okay, so the lenses stay pristine. But what about the glass fiber itself? Does it actually hold up long-term inside a wall?
The specs here are actually impressively rugged. It boasts a 60-pound pull strength, meaning you can, yank on it pretty hard while routing it.
Wow, 60 pounds. That's a lot.
Yeah, and it has a tight 5 millimeter bend radius. For glass fiber, that is a huge deal. You can literally bend it around a sharp 90-degree corner inside a wall without breaking the glass inside.
That is amazing. I also noticed it cleverly draws its 5-volt power directly from the HDMI source component, right? Like, you can verify it with a little blue LED on the connector.
Exactly. No extra power bricks needed.
But there was another spec on the page that stood out. It mentioned a UL-certified OFNP plenum rating. What does plenum actually mean?
That is a crucial commercial safety standard. A plenum rating means the cable jacket is made of special materials that won't release toxic smoke if a fire breaks out in a building's air ducts.
Oh, wow. Okay, safety first.
Right. And that connects directly to the bigger picture of why this matters to you. Imagine you are outfitting a massive sports bar or, like, a sprawling corporate office network.
Tons of screens everywhere.
Exactly. If you use a cheap copper cable and it fails a year later, tearing open the drywall, stopping business, and paying a crew to replace it will cost you significantly more than $600.
Ah, I see. So you aren't just buying a really long wire. You're investing in a zero-loss, heavy-duty optical pathway designed specifically to eliminate installation headaches and guarantee uptime.
It completely changes the equation for large-scale video distribution. It's built to be installed once and literally never thought about again.
We went from losing our signal in a giant canyon to sending laser-focused data seamlessly around sharp corners in a sports bar wall.
It's a huge leap in tech.
Which leaves you with a final thought to ponder. If 600-foot fiber optic lines with detachable precision lenses are already the standard for high-end TV distribution, how long until this precise, light-based data transfer entirely replaces traditional copper wiring in our everyday household consumer electronics?